As an airport, we are a PPP initiative, public-private partnership initiative, and the same model we have taken it for the social interventions also. We have a 10-year MOU with the department. Probably we are the only organization to have a long-term MOU with the department for supporting and augmenting the learning ecosystem in government schools. When we say augmenting learning ecosystem, we are contributing in all the aspects of the learning value chain, whether it is by involving full-time teachers, whether it is providing study materials, or even being part of the School Development and Monitoring Committee as a permanent member over there. We are ensuring the participation of parents. We are supporting the strengthening of school management. So that's the overall ambit which we look at when we say the augmenting of learning ecosystem in government school. And through these interventions, what we have looked at or what we have achieved in the past 5-6 years is every year we have seen an 30% enrollment increment in the adopted schools, with learning outcome improvement in the students compared to their baseline formative assessments to the endline formative assessments. We continue to engage more than 42 full-time teachers in the adopted government schools. We provide, complementing the midday meal, we provide freshly cooked, freshly served breakfast every day for children in our adopted schools. This ensures 2 square meals for the children in those government schools, and also we provide the nutrition mix in the evening for them. And also, we are providing customized activity workbooks focusing exclusively for 10th grade students enrolled in all government high schools in Bangalore Rural District. It's around 10,000 children. So through these activities, we are touching annually 12,000 children in Bangalore Rural District. Our focus has always been in Devnalli Taluk, because quality is something which we focus on. This photograph is of the government higher primary school at Ardeshnalli when we went for a need assessment in the year 2018. This school was celebrating its centenary in 2018. It was established in 1918. That was the condition when we ventured over there. This is how we have transformed it. The transformation is not just from the perspective of infrastructure. Due to paucity of time, I'm not playing the video which is embedded in that. I'm only highlighting what it is that we have achieved in the 5 years. When we say transformation, transformation is from the perspective of enrollment. When we ventured, it was 90. That's the student strength. Today it is 800. When we ventured, there were only 4 government teachers. Today we have 27. Out of that, 22 are engaged by us full-time. Third, we have integrated the preschool in this school. So at that point of time, there was no preschool integration. And today, the strength of preschool alone is 150 plus. So for grade 1, we have a 150 captive students coming to the school, regular school. So that's the integration which we have done from a seamless integration, learning experience for the children. And the fourth component, this school is also a Taluk border school. So it has a lot of children coming from migrant families. And we encourage the innovation mindset for these children. Under the Inspire Award, there are 2 concepts which have been selected by the Government of India, which was proposed by the students. The interesting part is the concept which was put forth by a 6th grade student. It is the sensor-integrated walking stick for the people with blindness, so that the sensor understand what is the object which is in front of that stick, and it reads out loud to the blind student. So this is the concept in which a 6th standard student conceptualizes from an innovative perspective. So these are the ways in which we are looking at augmenting the ecosystem. It's not just everything rosy for us when I am speaking all these things. There are thorns also. So one of the things which we have is also from an operational constraints when we do everyday operations of these schools, handholding or integrating with the government department or the government staff over there. So from that perspective, the request which we have is, if we need to make the school as a community asset, not just as a school, but a community asset. We would request for a long-term involvement of the corporates by the department. They have already taken the initiative. I just had it in my slide. I didn't know, so I'm just proposing from that perspective. And also on the BOT model, build, operate, and transfer model. Though the asset can remain in the government and asset should always remain with the government, but integrating corporates, not just from financial resources perspective, but also allowing the corporates to bring in their vast experience of building institutions. The knowledge that they have in building institutions can be brought in to the school system primarily to strengthen that ecosystem itself. So that is something which we request the department also to look at from. Thank you so much.
Child-centric holistic learning, that's been the innovative thought process by BIL. Thank you, Shri Hemant Madegowda, for the presentation. Well, ladies and gentlemen, OSAT is an NGO which is striving to provide a safe and strong school for children across the spectrum. We have with us Dr. Kedar to give us an insight into the various initiatives of OSAT. Bandhugale swagatisi Dr. Kedar.
This is like an insider trading. So I've been on that side. So this is my third innings. Now, 5 jana, we are wedded to OSAT. Yatike andre, we are astounded by the volunteers. Every other volunteer is an IITer. ಕೆಲವು ಸತಿ ನಾನೇ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಓದಿರೋನು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆನಲ್ಲಿ OSAT-ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Those are the 5 top fellows. Great ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ, proud to be part of it. Next. ನಾನೇ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ರೂಢಿ ತಪ್ಪೋಗಿದೆ. One of the things that Gururaj Karjagi's contribution is, when you build, it should be serene. ಅಂದರೆ ಶಾಲೆಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಒಂಥರ ಒಂದು ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದಂಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕು. He always tells about ಪಾಂಡಿಚೇರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಇದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ ರೂಮ್, ಆ ಟೈಪ್ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಹೋಲ್ ಐಡಿಯಾ. Of course, since they are very good people, look at that. In fact, he was talking about the next Mulibagal, where strength has gone up. In fact, the best thing for my life was in Belgaum, one school was totally flood ali hotoitu. Earlier they had 300. Later on, now we have 800. Totally flood ali wash out aguttidu. So it's a pleasure working with people like OSAT. Internally, temple, ಅಂದರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಗಬೇಕು. There should be a pleasure when they come. ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಅವ್ರ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಿಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರಿ ಶಾಲೆಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ, ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ಐ ಸ್ಟಡಿಡ್ ಥ್ರೂಔಟ್ ಮೈ ಲೈಫ್ ಇನ್ ಸರ್ಕಾರಿ. ಸೊ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಂಗಾರಪ್ಪ ಅವರು. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಅವತ್ತು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ಕಾರನಲ್ಲೇ, ಹೌದು ಸರ್ಕಾರದಲ್ಲೇ ಓದಿರೋದು. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸೋ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಸೋ ಪ್ರೌಡ್. Okay, why OSAT is, as I told you, IIT alde iroru, they are some other global professionals, extraordinary fellows. Their designs are very aesthetic. Of course, even table chair go or yen study ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ, I didn't know that table chairs also are like human beings. You have to plan for that. Value for money, in fact, Ritesh was mentioning, ಕೊಟ್ಟ ದುಡ್ಡು ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ value. These people are very, very true to that sense, to the last bite. Our passion with which they go and supervise is very contagious. ಇದರ ತನಕ ನಾವು ಅಷ್ಟೋತ್ತರ ಶತನಾಮ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಮೇ ಬಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟು ಸಹಸ್ರನಾಮಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. ಸಹಸ್ರನಾಮ 1000 ನೇಮ್ಸು ವಿಷ್ಣು. ಓಕೆ, 108 schools. I don't know, today is the day. Of course, Saab came and I will show that, whatever you heard. Okay. Next one is spirit from Professor Shadgopan. Last 3 years, we have started looking holistically at the school. That why only buildings, something beyond. So, first thing Professor Shadgopan wanted was find out what are all the problems. Not long ago, I was during my second innings, I was like you giving the money. Of course, I am at the receiving end now, but I used to be at the giving end. I gave some digital equipment to some schools. After 1 year, I found out that it was in the lock and key, safely kept within the almirah. Surprisingly, I was talking to one of our colleagues here. That is happening even today. Very big company is giving some digital infrastructure, not at all being used, kept under lock and key. That is some problem we wanted to solve. Because we didn't want to reinvent anything. Professor Shedgoppan was very clear. We should do something which helps everybody. Second, you have a lot of software, contents, videos, ella neevu madidira. But none of you know whether it's being used. Any hardware you kottirodu. In fact, ODC, my teammates call it as a highway, where car to scooter, 6-wheeler, 10-wheeler, ella hogbodu. Greatness is the moment you enter onto the step, you are being tracked. So I love to call it as a radar. Once you are attached to the radar, anything that you do, same thing that I told you, I noticed after 1 year, it would not have happened if Sudhir was with me that time. Any time they switch on, I come to know. Even you will come to know. Bail was here. You can come to know whether your digital equipment is being used. And then, if you have certain apps, softwares, tools that you have given, it will enhance your performance. So that is what we are looking. 3 years we have successfully implemented, thanks to Kaveri and Ritesh. Now we are willing to offer it to anybody. Of course, totally free. Now, one of the great things is, in government, very sure, if it is not monitored, it is not implemented. Let us be very sure, sir. If DCM doesn't monitor, we will not implement it. So that's one thing. Second, in government, none of us like data entry. So Professor Shedgoppan was very sure, no data entry at any stage. But still, we should get the reports. Everything. One of the things that, okay, I don't know how to go back to the last slide. One of the things is that assignments that we have created. You give a lot of apps. Our platform has an inbuilt testing, assignments. I can't show you because I don't have time. You would all love to do that game. In fact, recently Ritesh and Kaveri played with that game in IAS Association. Students love to take those tests. We don't want to call it tests, but it's an assignment. Wonderful. Makkulu, halli makkulu, ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಂತೋಷವಾಗಿ, ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ವಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ರೂರಲ್ ಏರಿಯಾಸ್, ಸಂತೋಷವಾಗಿ ಆಟ ಆಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂದರೆ ಟೆಸ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೇಜ್ ದ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್. ಟೀಚರ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ನೋ ಹೌ ವೆಲ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್. Slow learners, S.V. Rangnath was very clear that slow learners should be enabled to learn at their own pace. So the platform has an inbuilt virtual teacher. You can learn yourself, you can assess yourself under your own. Dashboards, as I told you, even CSR people, you have funded the money, you can get a dashboard. You can get an exception. Like 1 year, whatever I gave in my previous avatar was not used, I would get an alert after 1 week. If your, whatever is the tool, software, content has not been used by the school, you would all get an alert. So you can do management by exception. Even Ritesh can see the whole state. Whosoever, whatever is the type, we are willing, we can accommodate any type. How to run this video? So, 69 schools, you can just see in a broad thing, 69 schools, you can look at the academic year, you can go to the cluster, you can look at the schools, you can look at anything. You can go for a cluster from 69 assignments. How many students are there? How many assignments that they have done during the academic year? Now, we have gone to one. This one now we will come to know. Now we are ready. Of course, this is a video, but if all of you are, some of you are interested, we can show you. Now 6 schools in this block, and then how many students, how many assignments, what is the level of participation, you can just come to know. You can look at one school. Just one school, if you have provided, even one school, what is the performance? You can look at it. Then you want to look at one student. Ritesh wants to know the best student in the state. He can just look at this. What is, in all the subjects, even there is a periodicity. That means over months also, how does it work? Of course, we do something which the one student named, she has done 238, her name is Yashasvi, she has handled only 66.8. You can come to know how things have been used, how your thing has been done. Now we can also look at teachers. When yesterday I was capturing the screen, teachers, are they using your software? Are they using your content? Are they not? In fact, as of today, Ritesh, Somshekar from Chikkuntur is number 1, who has been using your digital infrastructure in a big way. So you can come to know teachers, students, their assessment, everything. Okay, something Akash was interested and Dr. Ajay Singh was also interested. With ODC, without ODC, you can look at the bell curve. The number of students in which school we have put the ODC platform. As I told you, tools are all yours. Only platform is ours. So look at the distribution. Earlier, without us, the distribution was like this. ODC is like a mirror. We hold the mirror for what you have done. So you can look at the learning process. So this is how it has happened. Okay, this is the school for which he has done. Now, we have our own money coming from the original Silicon Valley, but I am looking for more from the real Silicon Valley. You are the real Silicon Valley. We have the bandwidth to build. We have already started one. We are willing to do more if you want. Okay, thank you.
Well, the urban-rural divide in all aspects being reduced to a drastic extent by OSAT. Thank you, Dr. Kedar. We wish we had more time. We also have with us one of the major developer company in Bengaluru, which has been with the government for education initiatives since 2012. I would request Srimati Shaina Ganapati of Embassy Group for her presentation.
A very good afternoon to one and all present here. My name is Anisha. I work with China as part of the community outreach team at Embassy Group. So thank you so much for the opportunity, sir, for letting us come here and share our insights and our experiences with the crowd in this room. So Embassy has been in the space of upgrading infrastructure in government schools since the year 2012. From the time this is one of the first schools we built in the year 2012. This is in Tarahunse village in the north of Bangalore. We were given a piece of land by the government, and this is a school that we built from scratch. The first for us, but we saw tremendous impact when we built this school. The enrollments were far less than 50, and as on today, we are at 380. There's been no looking back since Tarahunse. We have built 22 schools ever since then, and we are in the process of constructing 7 other schools all across Bangalore. So just like to spend a couple of minutes on the other educational interventions that Embassy does apart from infrastructure. We also have a lot of interventions within the classrooms. We provide teachers to support the government school teachers in 25 of our schools. We strengthen the foundation literacy and numeracy through one of our key NGO partners with whom we've been doing it for the past 7 years. We also provide learning resources, both to the teachers as well as to the students. However, coming to infrastructure, there's a very special model that Embassy adopts, which makes us slightly different from the other partners in this room. It's called the Corporate Connect model. So 8 out of the 22 schools that we have built, we are proud to say have been built in collaboration with other corporate partners. So some of the pictures that you see here have been built not just by Embassy, but by another corporate who joined hands with us, and also with the government of Karnataka. So these are some of the pictures of the other fit-outs that we give in the government school apart from just the structure. Just wanted to share a couple of specifications with you. This is very close to the government guidelines. However, in our experience, we have adapted this and modified this based on the geography where we are constructing and also based on the strength of the school. I would like to spend a couple of minutes on this slide. This is a floor plan of a school which we built in the north of Bangalore. The school is a G+1 structure comprising of 9 classrooms, HM's room, a dedicated area for hand wash, pot wash, a toilet block, and also an area for serving midday meals. We completed this school in the year 2021. The strength was 400 when we started, and as on today, the strength is above 1,000. Thank you. So there are just 3 key insights which I wanted to share at this point. Whenever embassy enters a school to build, there are 3 things that we keep in mind. The first is we build for the future. We make sure that we anticipate that the enrollments will go up with the new infrastructure in place. Therefore, our classrooms are slightly larger and well lit to accommodate the growing number of children. We understand schools are places which need to be secure and safe. Therefore, we make sure all the compound walls in our school are higher and have barbed wire. We also have a 24-hour security stationed in all our schools to prevent vandalism. There's also a lot of component of sustainability that we incorporate in our design. All our schools have an RO unit, have rainwater harvesting structures, and recently we have gone to the last end and installed aerators in all the hand wash areas. All our schools are also PWD friendly. We have ramps at designated spaces to enable easy access and equality for all. I have here a flow plan for a toilet block. We were one of the first companies when the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan kicked in 10 years back to take the lead and to ensure that the toilets are not just built, but also have a 24-hour water supply and that they are maintained throughout the day, which we feel is a very key component when it comes to construction. So Embassy has a dedicated team of school housekeeping and maintenance, which makes sure the schools are spick and span, just like our tech parks. Just wanted to share a couple of specifications here of the vendors whom we use and the materials that we use. We'll be happy to share further details on this with the corporates in the room who are interested. Just wanted to conclude on a note as to why a collaborative model works the best when it comes to construction. So in the cases of the 8 schools that we have built, Embassy brings in a wealth of knowledge because we are a real estate developer. We also act as a nodal agency for licensing, and also we do the central project management at no cost. We work with a common NGO partner, which are vetted both by us and the corporate partner. And we really feel that the way forward to a sustained impact is collaborating. We would also happy to share our knowledge with the corporates in the room who are willing to construct and partner with the government on the new project. And with this note, thank you so much, everyone, and we'd catch you up post the event. Thank you.
So the collaborative initiative is the future way. Thank you, Anisha, for that presentation. And before the district administration presentation will start, we have one final presentation from United Way, which is an NGO which is collaborating with the department in many CSR projects. It has some committed interventions in the field for the year 2024-25. I would request Shri Prashant Prakash, the chairperson of Axel United Way, for his presentation. Bandhugale, welcome Shri Prashant Prakash.
Good morning, everyone. So it's not Axel. I separately am an Axel, and then United Way is the organization. United Way, just like we saw in the case of Embassy, we work closely with corporates, including Embassy, and we think that the way forward is with collective and collaborative philanthropy, right? So we have worked across the life cycle of education. So that's one thing that I think differentiates our work. From Anganwadis to the pre-university education, we have touched hundreds of schools and hundreds of Anganwadis. And why is it important to be in the entire life cycle? Because it's those early learning years that set the foundation for the children. And if you're not starting early, the inputs that come into your school system need a lot of remediation. So you'll spend a lot of time and energy trying to correct what otherwise should have been a good product from the Anganwadi system. I spoke about the life cycle approach, but I think the program that we are most proud of is the Karnataka Model School program. This is something that I started with Nikhil Kamath from Zerodha, where we said, why don't we look at a district as a collective and transform the schools in the entire district. So now we have a model school program that encompasses every aspect of the school, from the WASH program to your digital learning classrooms, to the upgradation of the libraries, the science labs, and also we have introduced a very unique concept which is not, we are experimenting for the first time with the department, which is, how do you bring in, it's only in the very sophisticated schools that you have this idea of career guidance, right? But really, I think everybody should not end up in engineering, everybody should not end up in medicine. How do you help the child from the 8th grade or 9th grade in a government school pick the right pathway? So why should that be only available to children in very sophisticated schools? And the way we have worked on this is by building this collective of NGOs. There are more than 70 to 80 NGOs working just in Karnataka in the primary to high school education. But the problem is they are all siloed and there is no collective approach, and we need something that unifies all their efforts to a school and you get the kind of the final outcome in the school. So that's the idea. So if there is one thing from my presentation I want to kind of emphasize today is that there are a lot of NGOs working on very specific areas, and I think we with the government have been able to, in these 5 districts, show how, for example, a particular school might have 7 NGOs working in the same school, right? But how do we make sure all the NGOs are working towards a common vision or mission in that school? So that's what, because I think otherwise it's a lot of overhead for the department even to manage the NGOs. And you don't know which NGO is producing what and which NGO is finally going to give what outcome in the school. So I just wanted to really emphasize this aspect, and I think this is something that we should integrate into this vision of the Samatva program. And finally, I will also emphasize that, the gender program, which is about, bringing in STEM education for across, not just, the male children, but the female children in the class. I think that's been an important program. So thank you very much. I think we have to go from 5 districts to every district in our state, and look forward to working with the department and everyone here. Thank you so much.
Teamwork and coordination will be the ideal script for a success story. Thank you, Shri Prashant Prakash, for your presentation. Well, ladies and gentlemen, District Administration comprising of Deputy Commissioner and Chief Executive Officer, Jilla Panchayat, will be jointly presenting the success stories of collaborating the companies under various CSR initiatives. First of all, I would like to call upon the Deputy Commissioner of Dakshina Kannada, Shri Mullai Mohilan, MP and CEO of Jilla Panchayat, Dr. Anand K, to kindly come over. Dakshina Kannada. Yes, sir, please. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Dakshin Kannada is educational hub per se, and with the recent rankings also we have been #1 in PU results and #2 in SSLC, and with a lot of higher education institutions and schools, it is known as an educational hub. So with 1,062 schools with an enrollment of around 95,920 students, Dakshin Kanda stands number 1 in education. So this, we have come here with a story of 2 comprehensive development models where this regional school which is being proposed, these are examples of success stories, how this model has been, it has already reached a substantial scale of success. So the story of this government English medium high school, Daddalkad in Bantwal. So the school was established in 1974, and at one stage in 2015-16, the school's enrollment dwindled to 28. And people who were alumni there, and then they formed a trust, and then they started this initiative, and the Durga Charitable Trust was formed, and around 2.5 crores was mobilized, and then MRPL also contributed around 88 lakhs. And other such contributions put together. The interventions were done in terms of infrastructure, in terms of classrooms, kitchen, halls, and smart classrooms, and particularly school buses and additional teachers. So this is the kind of transformation the school has undergone in terms of infrastructure. This school bus has been it has really worked, as in this has become a regional hub. As what is being proposed now as a hub and spoke model. So the school buses go around, pick children as well. So this has become a regional school. Kitchen rooms, computer classes, halls, and smart class and good classrooms, and 13 additional teachers apart from the guest teachers and government teachers have been employed by the trust. And the school which had during 2015-16 an enrollment of 28, over the years, it has improved and has reached an astounding number of 1,028 in 2024. So this model of regional school actually works magically. So another example of comprehensive development is this government higher primary school Kalladaka Bantwal, where MRPL had contributed 63 lakhs, and NMPT, the New Mangalore Port Trust, had contributed 17 lakhs. And the transformation of the infrastructure, smart classrooms were introduced, and basic amenities like drinking water, toilet, kitchen, sanitation, all of that was taken care of. And here also we see an improvement over 4 years from 232 to 703 is the enrollment increase which has happened in this school as well. So this comprehensive development model actually works. And this in Dakshin Kannada for the past 5-6 months, CEO Anand and his team and from district administration, we have been working on understanding the requirements of schools, Anganwadis, hostels and hospitals to have put in a CSR framework where there is a consultative approach, where we have micro level data of what is the requirement of each of these things put together and any kind of combination the requirement from the CSR would be, we would be able to package it and give it. So we have even estimate level understanding of the total infrastructure gaps as well as soft component gaps. So in this approach, we are trying to have a precise intervention to show present to the corporate where the intervention can be meaningful and the impact can be maximum. And this consultative approach also tries to align our goals with the vision and the policy of the CSR companies, the company's CSR policy. And the single window monitoring system has been established, not just for planning and implementation, but also to understand the outcomes so that to see whether we are reaching the sustainable development goals. So, for example, in schools, this is the level of understanding with which we already worked in terms of infrastructure gaps like classrooms, toilets, kitchen room, major repairs, so total numbers, and in terms of soft components, smart classrooms, computers, even desk level, all of that data, we have a comprehensive understanding of the entire requirement of the district. So we did propose, we had multiple interactions with CSR companies and industries in the district. We did propose and have this discussion of whether a comprehensive school development model or a thematic a saturation of a smart classroom or a toilet. So invariably we arrived at the same thing that, a comprehensive development of a regional school will actually have a lasting impact and it can have a visible and a meaningful impact. So on that basis, we have identified Hobley-wise schools based on criteria which was fixed by government as well, availability of land, the locational advantage in terms of being how it can act as a hub, and enrollment already which is there, and the quality of teachers we have. So based on this, we have identified 82 schools across 20 Hobleys, and then 24 schools out of this. And out of these 24 schools, we have already recommended 17 schools, madam, 15 schools for augmentation, and 2 schools for greenfield development. So these are some other examples, other success stories as well.
The other interventions include interventions in higher primary school Muchuru, wherein MRPL has contributed to 81 lakhs. The basic infrastructure has improved, and MRPL is the primary contributor of CSR funds in our district. So this is a thematic saturation model wherein 55 toilet blocks across various schools have been given by the MRPL company. And there is an laboratory building which was an infrastructural gap identified in one school, and a laboratory building and a tinkering lab has been given to a school in Venur. And other infrastructure upgradations including Bantwal and Sulya taluks. And this is an intervention in Kuppe Padavu wherein 50 lakhs has been contributed by MRPL. And some greenfield infrastructure also has been taken up, additional building infrastructure. So overall, this is the CSR framework with which our district has formulated a plan. We have an integrated district CSR plan wherein drill down data is available up to the micro point data. So it can be packaged to suit the needs of the corporate sector, including their co-branding and visibility, as well as not only the immediate impact. Over a long term, this leveraging can improve the continued visibility of the corporate sector in terms of mid-term and long-term sustainable goals as well. Thank you very much.
So on behalf of the district administration of Dakshin Kannada, we would like to register this, that we are 100% prepped up. We have teams in place, and any such implementation which is any intervention, any investment the CSR is looking at, our team is ready, geared up, and we will be we'll have a complete collaborative and consultative approach. Welcome to Dakshin Kannada. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I would now request the Chief Secretary, Government of Karnataka, Dr. Shalini Ratnesh, to speak.
ಎಲ್ರಿಗೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ಒಂದು ಸುಂದರವಾದಂಥ ಮತ್ತು ಬಹಳ ಅರ್ಥಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ರೂವಾರಿಯಾದಂಥ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಉಪಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆಯೊಂದಿಗೆ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಮೂಲಕ ನಾನು ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇದನ್ನು ಆ ಕನಸನ್ನು ನನಸು ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಥಮಿಕ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರೌಢ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಇಲಾಖೆ ಸಚಿವರು. ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು CSR ಶಾಲಿನಿ ಅಂತ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ ವಾಟ್ಸ್ಯಾಪಲ್ಲಿ. ಸರ್, ತಮಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಸರ್. ಇದು ಒಂದು ಬಹಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ITBT ಹಾಗೂ RDPR ಸಚಿವರು ಕೂಡ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಸಪೋರ್ಟನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ತುಂಬ ಹೃದಯದ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ KKRDB ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ಅಜಯ್ ಸಿಂಗ್ ಅವರು KKRDB ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಭಾಗದ 7 ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಹೊಸ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ, ಒಂದು ಅಕ್ಷರ ಆವಿಷ್ಕಾರ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಐ ವುಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಟು ಸೇ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ವೆನೆವರ್ ಐ ಮೀಟ್ ದಿ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್, ದೇ ಸೇ ವಿ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ರೈಟ್ skilled personnel for our projects. So I would only say that this project for a long-term engagement is going to be a win-win business idea as well, because in the days to come, we will have the quality and the inclusive education goals of the United Nations SDG 4 fulfilled with a partnership mode. I wish all the success to all of you, and I would request that today we have all the deputy commissioners and CEOs here. Kindly choose your districts, spend half an hour, 45 minutes with them for the detailed program for the next coming 5 to 10 years. Thank you very much once again.
Dhanyavadalu, Madam. I would now request Shri Priyank Kharge, Honorable Minister for IT. Yes. Yeah. Okay. In the interest of time, the Honorable Minister is suggesting straight away the Honorable Minister Shri Madhu Bangarappa to kindly address all of us. Bandhugale swagatisi Shri Madhu Bangarappa.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Honorable Deputy Chief Minister Shri D.K. Shivakumar ji, colleague Minister Priyanka Kharge ji, friend and KKRDB Chairman Shri Ajay Singh ji, and all the dignitaries and officers on the stage, and especially the driving force for today's and for future of my department, all the CSR investors, friends, all the DCs and CEOs. ನಾನು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಸಮಯ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಏಕೆಂದರೆ ಸಮಯ ತುಂಬ ಆಗಿದೆ. ನಿಮಗೆ I think you have the whole picture what we are requesting for my department. But before I start, saying 2-3 words, I just want to bring certain things to your notice. About one year, 4 months back, when I was given a ministerial berth. So there was a situation what to give for Madhu Bangarappa, which ministry. So it seems it was something else was given to me. But our DCM sir requested our Honorable Chief Minister, give Madhu the toughest job. He is very good in, taking care of it. So I just want to bring to your notice that this is a very tough and the biggest, very difficult and very biggest, one of the biggest. I spend about 44,000 crores of government money in the interest of our children. So I just wanted to bring to your notice about 44,000 plus all the CSR initiatives and all these things is happening from my department. Bala Doddu department nandu, about 46,000 schools are there. About 16,000 aided schools are there where we give salary for all of them. So including those schools also, number of students are students studying from first standard to secondary PUC, that is 12th standard, is about 56 lakh students are studying in my department. I'm very honored and that I'm serving so many children across the state in aided schools and government school. Lot of initiatives we have taken in the interest of children's ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಎಜುಕೇಷನಿಗೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಒತ್ತನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಶಾರ್ಟೇಜ್ ಇದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಲಾಖೆಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಒಂದು 50,000 ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಶಾರ್ಟೇಜ್ ಇದೆ. ವಿ ಆರ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ 45,000 ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್. But after I have taken over, I'm very happy that with the help of our Honorable Chief Minister and especially the personal interest in my department by D.K. Shivakumar ji, within less than 1 month and 1 year, we have 10 months after I have taken over, I have gotten 12,500 teachers permanently recruited in my department, 12,500. So that is a very good initiative, and our Honorable Chief Minister also allowed, because we have shortage of teachers even in aided school also. From past 9 years, there were no recruitment. Now, just about a week back or 10 days back, we are getting in 5 years, whatever backlog was there, we are again getting in all the teachers there also. It's about 5,000. So all put together, about 18,000 teachers will be teaching as early as already 12,500 teachers are teaching for our students, and balance another 5,000 very soon. ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಐ ಮೀನ್ ತುಂಬ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ 1 year back, we had a same type CSR conclave where Honorable Chief Minister was there and our Deputy Chief Minister Shri D.K. Shivakumar ji were there. They gave a commitment and they requested all the CSR people, whatever you are investing your CSR money for any different social responsibilities, please spend all the money only for education for near future, about 2-3 years or something like that. So I think my department is, been strengthened very well, and lot of CSR funds are coming, lot of initiative. And today I'm very proud, honored that, you all are here and you are going to be a partner in building the future of these same children. We have got a lot of success story where they have already expressed it. Nanu adar bagge jaasti heladilla. We have we are giving free power. One more thing is we are giving free power because sometimes 46,000 schools we are not able to pay the bills for our water and power also. Now the government is giving full free power for all the schools so that few children are being taught in the evening also, special classes. They need, now other city, a lot of people, they get tuitions, we send our children for the tuition. But in rural side, we can't because economically it is going to be very difficult. So special classes also we are initiating in the evening, weekly once or twice. One thing I want to tell you, the best teachers are only in government school. Highest paid, but least used, to be frank. But I think with your help, they'll be best used, full-time used in building up the future for our children. That is one thing. We are giving a lot of free, midday meals we are giving. We are giving books free. We are giving uniform. Morning, we are giving milk. Weekly 3 times we are giving from CSR initiative, ragi malt also, because nutrition is very, very, very important also. And very recently, I'm very happy with the guidance of our Honorable D.K. Shivakumarji and our officers' effort. I'm very happy that from APF, that is Asim Premji Foundation, we have signed an MOU for 1,500 crores for next 3 years for giving egg for midday meal for weekly 4 days. So we are giving 2 days. Azim Premji Foundation has come forward. They are giving 1,500 crores for MOU already we have signed for next 3 years because nutrition also is very, very, very important. So we have taken tumba education ಗೆ ಒತ್ತನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲೋ number of schools are so much, we need little help from other than government's money. Your money, which is going to be spent, very well spent also, is going to be very good. And I'm very happy and I want to thank Mr. Ajay Singh and our officers also for the first time, because first standardly we have a lot of input of children were little less. So we came into an initiative with our regional commissioner also, Mr. Akash, I think he must be somewhere here, and Mr. Ritesh and our commissioner Kaveri madam also. We started LKG, UKG under my department now. We started only in Kalyana, Karnataka, that is not Karnataka, 7 districts. 1,008 LKG, UKG we opened for this year. You'll be shocked. Within 40 days, we had an admission of 38,000 children have already come into the school. All the schools are running. So I really thank Ajay Singh for this because these are the children. What happens is once they are out of in any school, if they go to private school, it's very difficult to get those children back to government school. That's a physically, I mean, that's a practical problem. So what we started LKG, UKG, and now children are coming in. I think in near future, we want to open this LKG, UKG initiative also across the state so that these are the children who will come to first standard and they will study up to 12th standard. Our main idea is a child should come into a building or to an address where he or she will come at the age of 6 or at the age of 4 or something like that for LKG, UKG. At 12th standard, 14 years in that same premises, that child will study and come out as an educated student. That is our main motto here. So I will not take much time because I think more in details our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, and he's my mentor also because he was very closely associated with my father. I always believe so. I will always get his help from, for my department. And I can only say that whatever money you're going to be investing, it will be money well invested for your future because these are the children who are going to serve your companies. That's what I believe in. So I think I will say with that, and thank you very much for sparing your time and coming into this initiative, helping our government schools come up in par with any other school and get our students educated. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was a comprehensive overview of the various steps taken by the government of Karnataka towards upliftment of the rural poor. So let's give a round of applause and thank the Honorable Minister. Dhanyavadagalu, sir. Well, our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, as we are all aware, is a dynamic leader and more importantly, a futuristic man. He's a great visionary, and the present CSR initiative, ladies and gentlemen, please note, is driven by his commitment to provide equal opportunities for rural children. The rural children should be on par with the urban. That is the vision of the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister. With a huge round of applause, let's welcome the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister for his words of wisdom. So, ಬಂಧುಗಳೇ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸಿ ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ಉಪಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ಡಿ ಕೆ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳ ಸೌದಿಗಳಂತ ಪ್ರಿಯಾಂಕಾ ಖರ್ಗೆ ಅವರೇ, ಮಧು ಬಂಗಾರಪ್ಪನವರೇ, ಅಜಯ್ ಸಿಂಗ್ರವರೇ, ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಕಾರ್ಯದರ್ಶಿಗಳಂತ ಶಾಲಿ ರಜನೀಶ್ ಅವರೇ, ಉಮಾ ಮಹಾದೇವನ್ರವರೇ, ಸೆಲ್ವಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರೇ, ಇಕ್ರಮ್ ಕೌರ್ ಅವರೇ, ಕಾವೇರಿ ಅವರೇ, ಇನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಇಲಾಖೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳೇ, ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ವಿವಿಧ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯಿಂದ ಬಂದಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಡೆಪ್ಟಿ ಕಮಿಷನರ್ಸು CO ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿಗೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಇಡೀ ರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಫಾರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಅಪ್ ಎ ವೆರಿ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಟು ದಿ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ. I'm very happy to invite all the corporate heads who have been a part of this great initiative. Mr. Kamal Bilai is there on the dais. Prashant Prakash is there on the dais. Prashant Durswami, Mr. Sandeep Singh, Mr. Bhaskar, and various other captains of the various industries also here. On behalf of Government of Karnataka and the young children who are looking at your support to see the future, I would like to welcome all of you for this very great event. It may be very small. Why we are selected here is this is a very important landmark place which has turned the destiny of this entire state and the country. This is a place where legislature and the judiciary both are facing each other. I was just looking at the airport CSR man, Mr. Gowda was speaking. I recalled one thing. In the same place where he stood and he was speaking, I was the urban development minister then. S.M. Krishna was the chief minister. Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee came here. He sat on the same dais. He was just discussing, he came to inaugurate the foundation stone of the Bangalore International Airport. On inaugurating laying the foundation, he said one line. By that time, about 3-4 important world leaders, Japan Prime Minister, China Prime Minister, Poland Prime Minister, and British Prime Minister had come to Bangalore. This I have spoken on various occasions, what I am communicating you. In the assembly and various other forms also, I have spoken on this issue. He said there was a time when the world leaders used to first to come to Mumbai at Delhi, then they used to go to Mumbai, they used to Calcutta, they used to go to Hyderabad, they used to go to Chennai, they used to come to Bangalore and all. Now the situation has changed. Those world leaders are first coming to Bangalore, then they are flying to Delhi. This is what Atal Bihari Vajpayee. And he commented, it is the Karnataka government at the time of Krishna. Whereas after a long time, I still don't agree on that point. Yes, there may be a big administration, but we had a big deliberation after that. Someone was telling me on, I think Kedar or someone was telling on the Silicon Valley. Am I right, Kedar? Huh? He was speaking on the Silicon Valley. if at all any such big name or contribution is there, I was just discussing with Mr. Jindal, Sajan Jindal. He studied in Bangalore. He knows every street of Bangalore. When I was in colleges, 30 years, 35 years, 40 years back, after Ramakrishna Hegde was the chief minister, we saw so many engineering colleges coming to Karnataka. Still now we have more than 200 plus engineering colleges. We have more than 70 medical colleges. We have the best of the best schools. We have a lot of schools. And that if you go to, I have visited Silicon Valley. I have met various dignitaries all over the world. The second man in any company, in any international company, second man in any university is an Indian. He is from South. And many of them are from either Tamil Nadu, Kerala, or from Karnataka. This is his strength. Why I am trying to recall you is that this Bangalore or this quality of education or the tycoons who are sitting here or the corporate heads who are sitting here, after September 11 incident where the big number of international schools came to Bangalore, there is a big story which I don't want to deliberate on all those things. Ultimately, it is the human resources and the quality education which have moved you here, apart from the weather and culture what we have in Bangalore and Karnataka. That is why we thought that yes, this potentiality we don't have anywhere. My daughter always tells that, why startups are only starting in Karnataka? They could have started in any part of the state. So our children quality and mindset are very far. Our children today are competing with the global market, not with the market of India or not with Mumbai boys or Chennai boys or anyway Delhi boys or anything. Our boys are competing with the world on the global market. So we have to, this year you see, that first in the 10th standard, I think a Bagalkot girl, she became the first Bagalkot girl in a government school. She stood, there are so many schools in Bangalore. How can a Bagalkot in a government school secure 625 out of 625? Are my teachers not competent? So this is why we thought that I have come on record telling that by birth I'm an agriculturist, by profession I'm a businessman, by choice I'm an educationist, by passion I'm a politician. So I thought that yes, the initiative being the president of a political party which has come to power in my manifesto, I decided yes, we should transform Karnataka. We should be the leader in Karnataka. We are leader in various sectors. I don't want to discuss much on that. That is why you all are here. That is why you are strong. That is why you have made. I was just asking my children to just give me a data on these things. Just 43 big companies in Karnataka. 43 companies in Karnataka. They have declared about 4,08,160 crores their profit. 43 companies. We are going to, suppose they are going to contribute in 43 companies, 8,063 crores. So now they are spending 606 crores on education. If 8,006, only 43 or 50 companies spend, it will be nearly 10,000 crores. If all of them join together, within 3 years, we can see that whatever this entire 2,000 schools which you are thinking, we are not discussing anything. I don't like to make a big speech to all of you. We don't want not even a single rupee from you. We don't want anything to be transferred. You know, if you give us 1 rupee, again 18% you have to pay GST. We don't want that. We want you to own yourself. We want your name. We want you to contribute for your own success for the state. Pranab Mukherjee, at that point of time, he has given a good message. I think 2 or 3 years there was some jigglery going on that comments, but now all of you have settled yourself. There are various banks. Karnataka has contributed very big banks, so many institutions. I think with hundreds of thousands of companies here, I think first basic need. You ask your driver, someone who was working in your house, any man, any maid, Ultimately, his life desire is education for his child. So that is why we decided, we had a discussion very deep. I'm very happy, very education institution, the leaders of various institutions have come here. They have taken up the responsibility. They will not leave you alone. All can't do, you can't do politics, I can't be a businessman. Some are educationists, some can't be, some are bureaucrats. So we all have joined together. I always tell one thing, joining together is the beginning, thinking together is the progress, working together is the success. That is what we want. So here, bureaucrats are there, corporate heads are there, educationists are there, politicians are here. Let us all join together to see this. This will be a great model to the country. I discussed this with the Prime Minister of this country. Myself, my Chief Minister, and some of my 2-3 ministers, we met the Prime Minister of this country. I discussed this program. He said, DK, it did not strike to us. This is a great, because we know that in various, you people, some of you are doing, we saw some good stories, but some of them are trying to deviate. They doesn't want to take up the responsibility. They are giving to the NGOs. Some of them collecting backward, some 20%, 30%, 40%. Many of them has met us that we please give us, we will give you some 3 crores from the CSR, you give us back 1 crore cash to us. All these things are going on. Some of them are working here, earning here. They are giving money to Hyderabad, some Chennai, some other part. That is why we have called all the deputy commissioners here. They will be accountable, they will be responsible. Who are working here, they should be in touch with them. They should make this one, they are accountable, and they should be in touch with the corporate set in those areas where they are working. They should see that in every transparent way, systematic way, this money should be spent for this primary education. That is why we thought that before calling you, my entire cabinet, we have called all the deputy commissioners and the CEOs in a conference. We have discussed about this program. This is placed in the budget. You are the leaders. We could not call. Only about more than, today we have invested only 54 industries, captains and the corporate heads, about more than about 47 connected to other, this one. 20 real estate leaders are here. About 14 NGOs are there and about 20 school management. We have not called anyone. Only to start, this is the beginning. So my deputy commissioner and CEOs will take what they will be. You can select any school you want, any village you want. We have identified 2,000 places. It is left to you. We will not involve. You can say, but no town, no taluk headquarters, no corporation. It is only rural children. We don't, because in cities, there are so many number of schools. There are mushrooming, they will go, they have more capacity. We doesn't want the population to come to Bangalore. Already it has been 140. We doesn't want come to the town. We want them because we want them to stay in the same places, same villages, and the parents also will be. When the child wants, again the parent will shift. Again there will be employment problem. At least for the sake of the education, they will stay there. Now government has been committed. I know that any rural people, none of them are paying taxes. Only you with your taxes, we are trying to help the rural people. So we felt that we had a discussion. We thought that this is the only option, only way to see that the urban-rural divide will stop. So Gramina Pradeshದಿಂದ ಹಳ್ಳಿ ಜನ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ಟೌನ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಬರದನ್ನ ತಪ್ಪಿಸಬೇಕು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ನಗರದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ICSE, CBSE ಆರ್ ಎನಿ ಅದರ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ನ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಸಿಗಬೇಕು. ನಾನೇ ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಯು. ನಾನು ಹಳ್ಳಿಯಿಂದ ಬಂದಿರೋ ನಾನು ಐ ಡಿಡ್ ಎ ಗ್ರಾಜ್ಯುಯೇಟ್ ಅಟ್ ದಿ ಏಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ 48 or 49, 2008 or 2000. ನಾನು ಗ್ರಾಜ್ಯುಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಪಾಲಿಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿರೋನು ಬಂದಂಥವ್ರು. ಸರ್ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಇದು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇದರಿಂದ ಏನು ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ನಾನೇ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು 3 ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ನಡೆಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. 3 schools I am running. My daughter is the secretary of that institution. First I said, we should set an example. ನಾನೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಆಸ್ತಿಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು. ನಮ್ಮ ಊರಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಆಸ್ತಿಗಳೆಲ್ಲ 10 ಎಕರೆ 5 ಎಕರೆ ಬರೆದುಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವೇ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಕಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟಿಂದ ಅದನ್ನು ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಾವೇ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕೋ ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ, ಈ ನಮ್ಮ CBSE NPSC ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಂದು ಟೈಪ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದೇ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡಿ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಬೇರೆ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಎನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್. ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮಿಂದನೇ ಶುರು ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಸೊ ನಾವು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋದು, ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸಮಾಧಾನ. ನಾವು ಗ್ರಾಮೀಣ ಪ್ರದೇಶದ ಆಯ್ತು, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವರೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಎಂಬಾಸಿಯವರು ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ರು, ಟೊಯೋಟವರು ಫಸ್ಟು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಒಂದು 7-8 ಇಯರ್ಸು 300 ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ಸು 15 ರಿಂದ 20 ಲಕ್ಷ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಫಸ್ಟು ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಟೊಯೋಟವರು, ಡಿ. ಈಗ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, 8 ರಿಂದ 10 ಕೋಟಿ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಗಳು, ಅವರು ಒಂದು 5-6 ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಆಗಲೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಒಬ್ಬರ ಕೈಲೇ ಆಗದೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೈಲಿ ಏನೇನು ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಇದೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. ಕೆಲವರು ಇನ್ಫ್ರಾಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಕೆಲವರು ಲೈಬ್ರರಿ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಕೆಲವರು ಇದನ್ನು ಫರ್ನಿಚರ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ರಾಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಕೊಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಕೆಲವರು ಇದನ್ನು ಬೇರೆ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ವೇರ್ಗಳು, ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಏನೇನು ಬೇಕೋ, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ಇಟ್. ಏನು ಒಬ್ಬರು ಕೈಲೇ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಕಟ್ಟಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರವ್ರ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಡ್ ಓವರ್ 2 ಇಯರ್ 3 ಇಯರ್ 4 ಇಯರ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ನ 10 ಕೋಟಿ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಒಂದೇ ವರ್ಷನೂ ಕಟ್ಟಬೇಕಾದಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಆರ್ಕಿಟೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಫ್ರೀಯಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ದೇ ಆರ್ ರೆಡಿ ಟು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್. ಈ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಕಟ್ಟೋಂಥವರೇ ಕೆಲವರು ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಆರ್ಕಿಟೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟಿದೆ. ಗಾಳಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ಬಾತ್ರೂಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಇದೆಲ್ಲಿರಬೇಕು, ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ಗಳಿರಬೇಕು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಡಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಟೀಚರ್ಸು ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ರಿತೇಶ್ ಅವರ ಮುಖಂಡತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಶಾಲಿನಿ ರಜನೀಶು, ಚೀಫ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರು ಒಂದು ಕಮಿಟಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನನ್ನ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಮತ್ತು ಶಾಲಿನಿ ರಜನೀಶ್ ಅವರು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತು 7 ಜನ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್, IT BT ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಇದೆ, ವುಮನ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರು, ಹೈಯರ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರು, ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿಕೊಂಡು ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಡ್ರೈವ್ ದಿಸ್. ಈ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇಡೀ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸಂದೇಶವನ್ನು ನೀವು ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ. ಅದು ಯಾರನ್ನ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ? ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಡ್ರೈವರು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಮೇಡು, ಇನ್ನು ಯಾರಿಗೇನು ಆಸೆ? ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಇನ್ನೇನಿದೆ? ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಮೀ ದಿ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಲಕ್ಕಿಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾವು ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಟಿವ್ನ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಿದೆ. ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ವಿಚಾರ, ರಾಜಕಾರಣ, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕಂಪ್ನಿ, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ವಿಚಾರ ಏನೇನೋ ನಾವು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಬೇಸ್. ಈಗ ನಾವು 40,000 ಕೋಟಿ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಅಷ್ಟು, ಆಮ್ ಐ ರೈಟ್, 40,000 crores 45,000 crores ಬರೀ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಮಧು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಟ್ರೈಂಗ್. ಮಧುಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಫೋಲಿಯೋ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರು. ನಾನೇ ಚೀಫ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತಾಡಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಮಾತಾಡಿ, ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಮಧು ಟು ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಮಧು ಕೇಳಿ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್. ಈ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ 10,000 ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ನ 12,500 ನಾವು ಒಂದೇ ವರ್ಷ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು, ನಾನು ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಏನೋ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ದೋಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ನೀವೇನು ಇನ್ಫ್ರಾಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅವ್ರು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ನ ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ದೇ ಶುಡ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್. ಅವರು ಟೀಚರ್ಗಳನ್ನ 3 ಟೀಚರ್ಗೆ 50,000 ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ವೇಕೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಡ್ಯೂಟಿ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಯು, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಡ್ಯೂಟಿ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಯು. ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಖಾಲಿ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಿಲಪ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅವ್ರ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಏನಿದೆ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ, ನಾನು ಇಂಥ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ. ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ 2,000 ಸ್ಕೂಲ್, ಲೆಟ್ ದೇ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್. ಸ್ಯಾಲ್ರಿನಾರು ಕೊಡಲಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಆರೋ ಕಳಿಸ್ಲಿ, ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರು ಮಾಡಿ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಡ್ಯೂಟಿ. ಅವರೇ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡಿ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಒಂದು ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್, ದೇ ಆಲ್ ರನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಎ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರಸ್ಟೀಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಇದ್ದಂಗೆ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ CSR ಒಂದು ಆಬ್ಲಿಗೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಒಂದು ಆಬ್ಲಿಗೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಹಿಕಪ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ದೆರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ರಬ್ಬಿಂಗ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದಿ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದಟ್. ನಾವು ಹಿಂದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಒಂದು ಕಾನೂನು ಇತ್ತು, ಆ ಕಾನೂನಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ತೊಂದರೆ ಇತ್ತು. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೆಟಲ್ ದೆಮ್, ಸೊ ದೇ ಆಲ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ಲೈನ್. ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ತಮಗೆ ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಷ್ಟೇ, ಈ ಒಂದು ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ನ ಬಿಲ್ಡಪ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ, ಗ್ರಾಮೀಣ ಪ್ರದೇಶದ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ವಿಲೇಜ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಇದಕ್ಕಿನ್ನ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಅವಕಾಶ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ. ನಿಮಗೂ ಸಮಾಧಾನ, ನಮಗೂ ಸಮಾಧಾನ. ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಫಾರ್ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು ವಿತ್ ದಿಸ್ ಗ್ರೇಟ್, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಟೆನ್ಯೂರ್, ವೇರ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ಹೆಡ್, it is we or you or any other institution, I think you will also have satisfaction to help this. Next we will look at health or some other issues which we are. So we have called here this 3, 4, 5 years transforming Karnataka in primary education is important. Even in Delhi, after looking at in Delhi, Mr. Kejriwal's issue, transferring his schools, there was a very big message which has been conducted. Okay, that is a town and a big city of Delhi. That is a different question. But we are not requesting you for any urban schools. Urban schools are well equipped. There are so many people to help them. We want you to help us only to the rural 2,000 places which we have identified, and you will pick them. We will not pick those schools. We will leave it to you. We will leave it to you. There are so many issues to be discussed. ನನಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ. ಒಂದು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಇದೊಂದು ಸುವರ್ಣ ಅವಕಾಶ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರು ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಪುಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ನೇಮ್ಸ್, ಪುಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಸರ್ಕಾರಿ ಶಾಲೆ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಹೆಸರು, ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಹೆಸರು ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನಿಮ್ದು ಏನು ಬೇಕು ನೀವು ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ನೀವು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಸಾಕ್ತೀರಿ ಆ ರೀತಿ ಆ ಶಾಲೆನ ಸಾಕಿ. ಇಷ್ಟನ್ನು ನಾವು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ₹1 ನೀವು ಕೊಡಬೇಡಿ. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದಾರಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮ ರಿತೇಶ್ ಹೇಳಿದಾರಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬೇಕಾ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆರ್ಕಿಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬೇಕಾ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಕೆಲವು ಪ್ಯಾನೆಲ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಕೆಲವು ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸಿರೋವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲವೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಡಿಸೈನು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೆಲವು ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೊಂದು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಕಿಟಕಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಗಾಳಿಗಳು ಬರಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನು ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ಗಳು ಬರಬೇಕು, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಇದೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ನೀವೇ ನಿಮ್ದು ಏನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡಲಿ. ಒಂದು ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ಹೆಸರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಹೊಸ ಮಾಡಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಸಮಾನತೆಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವೇನು ಒಂದು ಸಮತ್ವ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಹೊಸ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟನ್ನ ನಾವು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಒಂದು ಹೊಸ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಲಿ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಭಾಳ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಇನ್ನೂ ಹಂಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೂಡ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಇದೆ. ಭಾಳ ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಭಾಳ ಡೀಪಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಭಾಳ ಜನ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರವ್ರ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಮೇಲೆ 1 ಕೋಟಿಯವರು ಕೊಡೋರು ಕೊಡಲಿ, 50 ಲಕ್ಷ ಕೊಡೋರು ಕೊಡಲಿ, 100 ಕೋಟಿ ಕೊಡೋರು ಕೊಡಲಿ. ನನಗೆ ವಿಪ್ರೋ ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದಿದ್ದರು. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಿಪ್ರೋ ಚೇರ್ಮನ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ರು, ಅಜಿಮ್ ಪ್ರೇಮ್ರಿ ಅವರ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಂದಿದ್ರು. CRS ಐ ಸೆಡ್ DK ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಯಾದಗಿರಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗುಲ್ಬರ್ಗ್ 2 ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡು, ಫುಲ್ ನಾವೇ ತೊಗೊಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬಂದು ಮಟ್ಟೆ ತೊಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ 1000 crores. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಹೆಕ್ಸ್. ಸೊ 2 ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ನಾವೇ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದಿದ್ರು. ಹಂಗೆ ಭಾಳ ಜನ ಬಂದು ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಬಂದು ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹಂಗೆ ನನಗೆ ಭಾಳ ಸಂತೋಷ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ವೆರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಫಾರ್ ಆಲ್ ದಿ ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಟ್ ಹೆಡ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದಿ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಲೀಡರ್ಸ್ ಹೂ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕಮ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ಮೈ ಡೆಪ್ಟಿ ಕಮಿಷನರ್. ನಿಮ್ಮದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ ಇದೆ. ನೀವು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಸಂಪರ್ಕ, ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿಗಳು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಯಾರು ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಯಾರು ಬಿಡೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಸಂಪರ್ಕವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಗಳಿಸಿ ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಟ್ಟಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಇದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗಿ ಹೈದ್ರಾಬಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂಡವಾಳ ಕೊಡೋದು, ತಮಿಳ್ನಾಡಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂಡವಾಳ ಹಾಕೋದು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಅವಕಾಶ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಬೇರೆ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಭಾಳ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಹತ್ರನೂ ವಿಪರೀತ ದುಡ್ಡಿದೆ. ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕಂಪ್ನಿ ಇದೆ. IT-BT ನಮ್ಮ ಆಲೆ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರು, IT-BT ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರು, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆಲ್ಲ ಕೂಡ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಹಕಾರ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಇದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ. ನೀವು ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಸಂಪರ್ಕ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬನ್ನಿ. ನನಗೆ ಭಾಳ ಸಂತೋಷ. ಕೆಲವು ಬಿಲ್ಡರ್ಸು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಕೆಲವು ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಗಳು, IT-BT ಕಂಪ್ನಿಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಕೂಡ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಭಾಳ ಸಂತೋಷ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಸೇರಿ ನಾವು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ ಇದೊಂದು ಪವಿತ್ರವಾದಂಥ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕೆಲಸ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಶ್ಯೂರ್, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಅಗ್ರಿ ವಿತ್ ದಿ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಟಿವ್. ದಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಎ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್. ಈ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲು ಇಡೀ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮಾದರಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಇದರ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ನಮಗೂ ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಅವಕಾಶ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿರೋದು ನಮಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನಿಮ್ಮ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಜನತೆ ನಮಗೊಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಅವಕಾಶವನ್ನು ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿ ಒಂದು ಬಲಿಷ್ಠವಾದಂಥ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ರಚನೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಅವಕಾಶ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಐ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಆಲ್ ಟು ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಸ್. ವಿ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್ ವಿತ್ ಯು. Any other problems, whatever you face in the government, as a Deputy Chief Minister, I am telling you, I am there to settle it. Any issues with the government or any bureaucrats or any common man which you are facing, government of Karnataka is committed for your, whatever problems you have, we will try to settle yours. I am telling to you also, I am telling even to my education institution friends and apart from the bureaucrats. I wish you all the best. Thank you for coming. Let us meet once again later. I think you should start in a very big way. Within 3-4 months, at least I think now we have some MOUs to be signed. We have some MOUs signed. I think in next 3-4 months, we should finish all the first stage of 500 and it should be spread all over the state. I thank you for participating. ನಮಗೂ ಇವತ್ತು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದು ಇದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ನನಗೆ this is very close to my heart. This is close to the heart of the government. So I thought that I should not waste. I should compulsorily spend my time. Still there are a lot of issues to share. We'll share you in a different platform. Thank you.
The Honorable Deputy Chief Minister has called upon the entire fraternity to utilize this opportunity and do this holistic work. Thank you very much, sir. Let's give a round of applause and thank the Honorable DCM. As already indicated by the Deputy Chief Minister, we'll have the few representative MOUs being signed today. First of all, I would like to, the MOU is about KPS Anekal, which will be taken up for a comprehensive development project worth 3 crores. MOU will be signed by DC Bengaluru Urban Sri Dayanand and Sri Prashant Doreswamy, MD President and CEO of Continental India. Of course, the Honorable DCM and other dignitaries will join in during this all-important MOU. The next MOU is the KPS Nandagudi, which will be taken up for comprehensive development project worth 3 crores. I would request DC Bengaluru Rural, Sri Shiv Shankar, to kindly come over, and Sri Prashant Prakash, Chair, and Sri Rajesh Krishnan, CEO, United Way, will sign the next MOU. Thank you very much. Request the dignitaries to kindly be present during the exchange of MOUs. Thank you. Mr. Prashant Prakash and Sri Rajesh Krishnan, CEO, United Way, will now come over for the next MOU. And DC Bengaluru Rural, Sri Shiv Shankar, also requested to come over. So after this, we have the MOU by OSAT Educational Charitable Trust. I would request the concerned dignitaries, DC Kolar Akram Pashaji and Sri Vadiraj Bhatt, Managing Trustee, to kindly be closer to the stage so that we'll save time. Thank you very much. And after a quick photograph, we'll move on to the third MOU. Somehow the energy is waning. You are all going to be a part of a revolution in Karnataka. So please give a huge round of applause for this all-important MOU exchange. OSAT Educational Charitable Trust, 2 schools in Kolar district, DC Kolar, Sri Akram Pasha, and Sri Vadiraj Bhatt, Managing Trustee, OSAT Educational Charitable Trust, to kindly come over. Dhanyavadagalu. The next MOU, OSAT will continue to stay back, but I would request DC Mysore, Sri Lakshmikant Reddy, for the next MOU. 2 schools in Mysore district. Now, OSAT Educational Charitable Trust, 2 schools in Kolar district, signing is happening now, and MOU signing for 2 schools in Mysuru district will happen next. And Sri Vadiraj Bhatt will continue to stay back. I would request Mr. Lakshmikant Reddy, the DC Mysore, to kindly come over. So the last 2 MOUs to go. The 4th one now, Sri Lakshmikant Reddy and Sri Vadiraj Bhatt. Mysore. Mysuru. Thank you very much. OSAT will have 1 school in Belagavi district also. Shri Mohammad Roshan, the DC Belagavi, will now come over for the next MOU. Shri Mohammad Roshan, DC Belagavi. One school in Belagavi district. And finally, Inventure Academy through Prestige Builders, Mrs. Norain Fazil will come over with Bengaluru Urban DC, Mr. Dayanand, to kindly come back. Inventure Academy through Prestige Builders, Mrs. Norain Fazil with Bengaluru Urban DC, Sri Dayanand. In partnership with Prestige Builders, Mrs. Norain Fazil. Done? Ms. Norain Fazil, yeah. And Bengaluru Urban DC, Mr. Dayanand. Well, Karnataka is not just Bengaluru. We need to go beyond Bengaluru. So all the corporates are requested to think beyond Bengaluru, which is another important highlight of the Karnataka government, because 2-tier cities are also, in comparison with the results as already indicated by the Honorable DCM, that Bagalkot secured the first rank. So students there are also awaiting the support from the corporate so that they can also be on par with the urban, and the urban-rural divide will be reduced to a very, very large extent. So let's once again give a huge round of applause for this, all the MOUs. Well, after this, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have a group photo on the grand steps of Vidhana Saudha. You're all requested. It doesn't mean that once you go to the grand steps, you'll be heading home. You need to come back because you can network over lunch, and therefore, after the photograph on the grand steps of Vidhana Saudha, we are all requested to kindly come back, enjoy your lunch, network offline, and then move forward to your destinations. So right now, we'll have the photograph. And also, please take a look at the QR code on your tables. 3 to 4 hours after the event, you can scan the QR code and you will get your photographs of the event. So now we'll move towards the photograph. Once again, please note, all the esteemed dignitaries, after the photograph, please come back and have your lunch. And then you can go back to your respective offices, destinations. So thank you very much. After the photograph, friends from the media and other participants, please note the lunch is arranged on the right-hand side of the stage, so you can enjoy your lunch after the photograph.